Hey everybody, Sneaky here. Today's video is a Hood, Outlaws and Legends March news update. This video is intended for you guys who have already seen all of the Outlaw gameplay trailers, and as you can see, the Mystic was just dropped today, so if you haven't, go watch that right now and then come back. So I want to just follow up on some of my Reddit posts here. The gear replenish and the gear and arrow crate replenish. I found by watching the Hunter and the Brawler gameplay trailers that there actually is no interaction with these boxes. All you do is you simply walk up and that's it, and it automatically replenishes your gear. We haven't seen a video for the arrows, and maybe because there's only 2 Outlaws that have arrows, so not a lot of opportunities to see it, but I imagine it would work the same. So that's it. When the game drops, don't start mashing your buttons around this or expecting any interaction. Walk up, collect your gear and probably arrows, and move on. That's it. So I want to cover a few Discord Q&A that these guys have been dropping some gems lately. So right here is Netheos. He confirmed something we probably already knew, but it's nice to know. There is a voice chat in game. You can invite squads of friends in your lobby, and that's about it. More on that in just a bit, but you know, that's great to know that's there, and we don't have to worry about that. The next one is Lonely Cookie. He asked a great question: is there a foliage slider in the graphical settings? I can imagine that being abused hard, and he's referring to games like PUBG and CSGO, where some people are reducing the settings purposefully, like foliage, meaning like, you know, bushes and leaves, so that they can reduce the particles and the assets, and they can see the characters easier, reducing the effectiveness of stealth and things like that. And the characters that don't know about this and aren't as competitive would leave it at a high or a medium or default setting, and they would not have the advantage of seeing the characters as easily. Netheos confirms that there is no foliage settings, so that's so good to hear. Waffles asks, from this gameplay that I'm about to show in a bit, there was a decapitation from explosion. Do arms, legs, etc. go off when killed, if killed properly? And Kokax confirms that yes, it's pretty violent. Here's the clip. That's crazy, isn't it? So yeah, real quick, I just want to go over some general game news that I've found from various sources. I guess the first one is that if you've been spotted by a state guard, there's been a lot of talk about, you know, ringing the bell or kicking the hornet's nest, but there is no actual bell from what I hear now. Well, we weren't sure anyways, but now it's simply just the guard starts yelling, and now your area is exposed, and that starts, you know, attracting his friends and maybe knights and stuff to come over and aid and, you know, probably kill you and, you know, lock down those gates and stuff. So someone was asking, like, what do we do? Is there a bell that we can cut or get rid of or something? And then one of the Focus Home Interactive community managers said, what did he say? You can cut the throat off the guard by shouting. You can cut the throat off the guard shouting, though. So I guess that was a cheeky response. I mean, it's pretty intuitive and obvious. Just kill the guy, you'll stop yelling, and then move on. So that's pretty cool. And you know, something, you know, as far as gameplay goes, like something I've noticed actually, I don't know if you guys seen, but look at this clip. Like, you've seen the guys getting all bloodied and dirty when they're in fights. I think that's a pretty cool feature, if you don't think. I think. Anyways, so on the topic of combat, we've seen, I was kind of worried about the ultimate charge, the ability charge, because I saw that kills and assassinations were granting plus 25 points. And when we look at the progress bar for ability, it's barely going up. 25 is nothing. It's like 1% or something. And then I started to think, and we've seen from a recent article, an older article, that the ability charges up passively. And I started looking at gameplay footage. I said, yeah, it actually is going up passively. But then I saw this Brawler trailer. We've seen it, but I noticed that, you know, the Brawler goes for a player kill, and then boom, 25% ability charge immediately. Like, that's insane. So this is going to be by far the fastest way to get your ability up, guys. Just by doing mostly player kills, 25 instantly. And I know that with these clips, there's different, iterations and of this game. So we, what we're seeing here might not actually be what comes out when the game is launched, but it's probably going to be that way. And then I found another cool feature that when the Brawler and the Mystic use their heavy attacks, look at this. They have this. They seem to break or cancel the enemy's block if they are blocking, and you can see that from this little icon. And then physically, they're off balance and they're not blocking anymore. They didn't parry. So that's a pretty cool feature. Just rounding off here, a few facts that you may or may not know, simple quick ones here. The Ranger, he has a limit of 7 arrows. The Hunter, when she assassinates, she replenishes up to whopping 4 bolts. That's pretty crazy. You cannot swap or change your outlaw during the match. And sprinting, actually it does consume some stamina, but barely, so nothing to worry about. And the Hunter and the Ranger, they actually can kill multiple enemies with 1 arrow. So it's likely that the arrows are just going right through the enemies. So look at that gameplay clip, and you can see here from the Xbox achievements list that you can do that too. So unfortunately, there is some sad news that we got in Discord. At launch, there will not be cross-platform friend invites. You will only be able to invite your friends on the same platform. Now, there is obviously the chance that if you can be in a match with your friend on a different platform, but you would not have been in the same lobby prior to that game. So although Netheos did state that this is the developers do plan to implement that post-launch, but it'll not be there at launch. I know that I'm going to try, sniping lobbies, with my buddy. So that means just hitting go at the same time, trying to get into the same lobby, because we won't be, he won't be in my party, right? And I mean, the point is that, there's a lot of this game has so much potential, but a lot of the features are not going to be available at launch. It's not going to be perfect. It's a work in progress. So we're going to have to be patient for the developers to, work on things and give us more. And I think that also goes with the region lock as well. I'm sure that these things these gates will be removed, and we won't have that, and we'll look back on this and be like, damn, but it's nice to have. So just be patient. I want to move on to just the game in general, not gameplay. There's this picture floating around here. I don't know how it came about, but the computer specs here, I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, somebody brought this up in the Discord, and Netheos didn't say that it was trash or garbage, and somebody else actually said that they find that site is pretty accurate. Looking back, I found that on the Discord there was a beta tester that said he was getting 45 to 60 FPS while playing this game on his GTX 1650, and that's, just so you guys know, that's a pretty low to medium, pretty low end gaming graphics card, and he was on medium and high settings, and he didn't specify what resolution he was playing on or what processor he had, but that's actually good news, because it means that the barrier to entry is pretty low to get into this game, so you guys don't have to worry about not being able to run this game properly if you're on a low-end to medium gaming PC. And remember, a lot of the older generation consoles are going to be probably running at 30 FPS. I know that Andrew Willens said that he's, that'll be, dependent on how they optimize that. So we don't know for sure that older generation is going to be 30 FPS, but if they are, then, it's not that big of a deal for you guys, for you PC guys. And then also, just rounding it off, we do know about the season. That's going to be a season every 3 months, and that also means an update every 3 months. And, you can expect to find seasonal events as well, probably every 3 months or every 6 months. And that was confirmed by Kokax in the Discord, and we already kind of knew that from a previous article as well. And so that's pretty great. That's exciting. In the future, guys, I'll probably do a deep dive on each outlaw, and I'll cover the basics, some tips and strategies, so keep a lookout for that. Subscribe if you want an unfair advantage when this game comes out, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Peace.